Okay, so for question 16, given that function is ln x. So question 16, function is ln x. That question A, sketch this graph, this ln graph, and then shape the region which is bounded by this function. Then x-axis, then x equals to 1, and x equals to 2. Okay, so we're going to draw our ln graph. So ln graph, the shape will be tiang lampu dengan asymptote dia. Ingat tak? Tiang lampu dengan asymptote dia. So asymptote dia, asymptote they have vertical asymptote, tiang lampu to the right lah, because this is the domain is x greater than 0. You can see the domain x is greater than 0. Apa yang long bawah tu besar dari kosong, so to the right. And then, okay, so domain of the function differs x greater than 0. So the vertical asymptote here is x0. Okay, so then we're going to draw x0. So x equals to 0 is on y-axis. Okay, so here will be our asymptote at the same time, our y-axis, x equals to 0. Then, okay, so as we draw our tiang lampu, so this is our function equals to ln x intersect. So we have an x-intercept. We intersect x-axis here. So when y equals to 0, so ln x equals to 0, unlock, there will be e0, so it will be equals to 1. So here will be equals to 1. Then, besides drawing this graph, we have to shape the region bounded by this function, x-axis, and then x equals to 1, x equals to 2. So x equals to 1, x equals to 1 is a straight line. X equals to 1 is a straight line, so this is our x equals to 1. Okay, this is our x equals to 1, so it is on the intersection. And x equals to 2, also a straight line. So x equals to 2, so here is 2. So the region bounded, so we can see clearly this is our region bounded. We do it vertically because we can see very obvious this region is attached to x-axis. When it attached to x-axis means most of the time we will do it vertically. Vertically means we will do it by dx, respecting to x. So everything in terms of x. So that will be our graph. So for graph, they will give us 3 marks. So basically, the first mark for graph is shape, whether our tiang lampu, this one, is it correct or not, and asymptote. So second mark will be labeling. Okay, so make sure you have your x-axis label, y-axis label, your function label, your line is label, your asymptote is label. So then another mark is for the region. You have to shade out the region. You have to tell us where's the region that you understand, bounded by function. So this is our curve function. And then x-axis, so you can see the x-axis is here, and x equals to 1, x equals to 2. So this is the place that we want. Then we're going to solve question B. So question B, they say find the area. So find the area, we have to do it integrate directly. So integrate area. So this area is bounded vertically. We look at vertically means we are going to find this area by dx. So this area integrate from 1 to 2. Okay, vertically we can see the smallest value is 1. Then we go up until 2. So our function here, ln x, just one function only. You can see the graph here. The region here is attached to x-axis. So this is one graph only. So the whole piece, this is the area under the graph for ln x. And we're respecting to dx. We're respecting to x-axis dx. Okay, so after we generate the formula for this area, then we look at our integration here. How we're going to solve this integration when we have integrate ln x. So basically, we can see our simplify. We already the simplest form already. We see at our formula. So bear in mind our formula. We don't have integrate ln. Okay, so we don't have integrate ln. We have integrate in exponential. We integrate fraction. We integrate the function at beside here multiply in function. So we don't have any formula integration for ln. So means that we have to solve it by uh, technique of integration. So we will going to solve integration ln by integration by part. Okay, so we use technique integration by part. So integration by part formula integrate u dv will equals to uv minus integrate v du. So this is integration by part formula. So for the questions, we need to select which one is your u, which one is your dv. So obviously here only have one function, so our u will be ln x. So our dv will be the rest of the part, which is dx. Alright, so this is our u, this is our dv. So for u part, when you want to find our when we want to perform our method of integration by part, we have to know for u, we have to find out what is our du. For v, we have to find out what is our v, so that we can apply into our integration by part formula. So for u part, when you want to find du, we're going to differentiate u with respect to x. So when we differentiate u with respect to x, we differentiate ln. So differentiate ln, salin is equal to ln, differentiate near the atas. So we move our dx to the right hand side. We'll become 1 over x dx. Okay, and then for the dv part, so for the dv part, we are going to integrate both sides. So that we integrate dv, we integrate respect to v, we get v. So when we integrate respect to x, we get x. So we no need to plus c here because we haven't finished our integration. So for dv part, we get our v. So after we get this u and dv everything, we substitute into our formula. Okay, so for our area, ln x dx, so our formula will be uv. So x times ln x. In order to see it clearly, I will put x times ln x. Okay, then minus v is x, du is 1 over x, so 1 over x dx. So notice that we can simplify. Our unknown x here can be simplified. And then don't forget our limit. Our limit is upper limit is 2, lower limit is 1. Okay, so we can remain writing the limit. So this one integrate 1. So integrate 1, we get x. Okay, we get x. So I can write it fully. X ln x minus x. Upper limit 2, lower limit is 1 together. When I'm done integrate, okay, so after that, we're going to substitute the limit. So substitute value of 2 minus value of 1. Then we just press out our calculator. So we continue to our marking scheme here. So 5 mark in finding our area. So of course, like usual, our formula of finding area is very important. Okay, so this is our area formula. So when we want to solve this, we use our integration by part. So integration by part, the concept is how you define your u and dv. That is very important concept. And then its formula. After you get, you put in the formula, put in the integration by part formula, then you integrate. Okay, so you integrate and substitute the limit. So that's the answer. So this is how we get these 5 marks. Then we proceed. If they want to find for volume. So how about is volume generated when this region is rotated 360 about x-axis? So we look at our area, our region here. So this region they're going to rotate. They say rotate x-axis means we have to do it by dx. So rotation, no matter is 360 or how many degree they want to rotate, the formula will still same. So volume formula is pi, and then a lower limit, upper limit. Then our equation have to be square when we referring to dx. So our y equation will be square. So from here, when we want to find this volume for these questions, we have to follow the formula pi. So lower limit is 1, upper limit is 2. Okay, so we look at our region here, lower limit is 1, upper limit go up 2. So this y equation, this area under the graph, we're going to square, so we become ln square. Then dx. So we go into solve this integration, then this value will be represented by our volume. So how to solve this? We are going to use our integration by part again, because when we want to integrate non-function, we don't have any formula, we only have technique of integration. So I will going to integrate ln x first, then after that I will substitute the limit after that. Okay, so I will perform how to integrate ln x squared first, because I don't want to carry the limit together. This is quite complicated questions. Okay, so I find out this integration answer only. So for this part, integrate ln, we will start our integration by part, where we can let our u to be ln function, so dv to be dx. So for u part, we're going to differentiate with respect to x. So power rule in differentiation. Okay, power turun depan, then power tolak 1, differentiate dalam kurungan. Dalam kurungan adalah ln x, so saling isi perut, differentiate power dia. So du, kita akan dapat 2 ln x 1 per x dx. Meanwhile for dv, so dv we're going to integrate, where this one will give us v equals to x. Then we put in into our formula, integration by part formula. So integrate ln x squared dx will be uv. So it will be x ln x squared uv minus integrate v du. So this is our du. So it will time with 2 ln x 1 over x dx. So we notice that this x can be simplified. So we are going to get the answer, which is x, then ln x squared minus, so these 2 I can factorize out. So when I factorize out, it just integrate ln x dx. Okay, so from the question ln x squared, now we get to the part of integrate ln x only. So means we are going simplify our question part by part. So we haven't finished. So integrate ln x, we have to calculate again. So what is our integrate ln x? We can refer our questions here. Just now we already done. Integrate ln x. This is the answer. It will be x ln x minus x. So we can refer what have we done in part B just now. Okay, we take down the answer. So this ln x, okay, so we refer here, integrate ln x, what do we have? So that is very important. When we doing integration by part, we have to write our title. Okay, we don't straight write UV minus VDU. Okay, we write our title so that we know what are we integrating. So when we integrate ln x, we know this is our answer, x ln x, then this is x. Okay, double check, x ln x minus x. So plus c. I will write plus c because I haven't do the defined integration. I just do the undefined integration first. So x ln x squared. So lastly, simplify, I will get x ln x squared minus 2x ln x, then plus 2x plus c. Then only I will plug in our limit. To integrate volume is to integrate pi times integration 1, 2. So pi times, so this integration is this answer, so we no need to put c because now I'm going to substitute the value. We're going to do it with limit, so that c no need already, we plug in our limit. Upper limit 2, lower limit is 1, then we perform upper limit minus lower limit, so a bit long here, we just rewrite everything. 4 ln 2 plus 4, so this is one part, minus 1 ln 1 square, 2 ln 1 plus 2, so this is another part. Then we press our calculator. So for this question, 7 marks because of quite long questions. So of course the first part is our formula. Okay, our volume formula, write it correctly. And then our integration by part, our concept of integration by part, and then we plug in our answer here. Then we reuse again, we reuse again our integration by part from part B. Okay, then we apply back into our volume here. Okay, substitute upper limit. Okay, apply our volume here, substitute upper limit minus lower limit to get our volume answer. Okay, so when we press our calculator, when we press this calculator, they will straight give us decimal. So I also can accept the full decimal without pi, which is 0.5916. So 592. So you need cube.